Hi, I'm Parsis Bonnie, your Finance Committee Chair.
And I'm Brian Olden, aka BLT, the Budget Review Director for this year.
And we're here to explain your Student Organization Operational Fund Allocation.
Or SOOF, for short.
SOOF has always been a contentious topic. In the last 5 years, with funding available to more student groups are applying, but the amount of money that we can allocate is about the same. This year, we're allocating $117,771.20 to about 150 or so groups that are applying for SOOF. SOOF, in other words, is an operational fund. It's intended to fund what would be intended to keep your organization afloat. This video is intended to show how the Budget Review Committee allocated how it felt to be the fairest possible in both manners of the request and the allocation. You may notice on the SOOF spreadsheet available on the USAC website that your eligible request is lower than your actual one. We, in accordance with the SOOF guideline implemented last year by last year's Finance Committee Chair, capped the request at $3,000. What this does is place every group on an equal playing field so that the amount that you request isn't what indicates how much you will get. In other words, your score or strength criteria met by the Budget Review Committee determines your total allocation. So how did this work out? For this, we'll turn to a demonstration.
I requested $100,000.
I requested $100. That's it.
I requested $3,000. Then you cap.
Me too. Me three.
In previous models, we did not limit requested need. Allocations are based on how much you requested. With such a limited budget, the amount requested became too major of a factor of total allocation, a big mistake. Previous formulas made allocation almost linear, about 10 cents to the dollar in some models. Luckily, we kept everyone at $3,000.
But I need $100,000 to run my group.
Unfortunately, we have limited resources, and we need the score, not the request, to be the main influence on the allocation. The second example involves Group B. In previous models, groups across the board would get a proportion based on the total request. So when groups requested $1.7 million for a $170,000 pot, groups would get approximately 10 cents to the dollar. We needed to fix this, reward the group that truly reflected what the Budget Review Committee believed to be reasonable need. So we created a hybrid formula that accounted for both the score and the request in that order. Let's input the scores for every group. The new formula starts everyone off at $3,000, and we aren't going to penalize a group for requesting less. Then we determine based on their score how much they're eligible for as a proportion of the score times 3,000. This is how much money the groups would get if the only influence was their score. Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of money, so we have to scale it to money that we do have. In this case, the totals sum to $11,820. We'll have to scale it to a smaller number. Let's try $5,000. These are rounded totals for what the groups would get, giving the 5,000 total. But you can also note that Group B is getting more than what they requested. So we'll have to account for that and give them the $100 that they actually requested and distribute the remainder of the money. Instead of having a death match, we'll scale the allocation based on the total remaining amount. In the case that we need to distribute again all of the model with Group B, we would go ahead and do so. But in this case, we would not need to. And this concludes your SOOF allocation. I'm Parsis Bonnie, the Finance Committee Chair, and I'd like to thank you guys once again on behalf of the Budget Review Committee for coming out. The 150 or so groups that spoke, we got a great chance to hear about the vibrant student life here on campus. So thank you once again, and this is part of the SOOF allocation meeting. So, and again, BLT behind the camera, want to thank you again for all your help. And that's it, guys. Let's input the scores for every group. Such a limited budget. The amount requested became a major problem. So the Budget Review Committee. I know exactly what to say. There we go. Let's see.